What's up, YouTube? How's everybody? Hope you caught my latest viewer comment video. It was a pretty good one. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Now I know that I've been mentioning Freemasons, a couple times on this channel. Just some things that I've been doing over on TikTok, because TikTok has a lot of Freemasons on it for some reason. But the whole volition behind me doing that is to bring correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar to the TikTok platform. And from my over 5 years of experience of performance, I don't know what, over 25,000 hours, I guess you could approximate, of performance, I'm swiftly coming to the conclusion that I really don't think that a Freemason would be able to use correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar with any type of success. I just really don't think so. I think for them it would be a built-in failure because of the vows that they take and the violation of the Rule 1 rule equal. And this theory of mine, this idea of mine, does have a continuance of the evidence if you look at what successes can be certified that DAVID-WYNN Miller actually had. Because I don't have evidence of any successes that he's had other than what he has said he's had, but there's no other proof of it. Now I can say that I can certify cases he's lost, and I always put that down to, well, it was because the person who hired him didn't have closure on the grammar, and that's why it failed. But now I'm beginning to think that it was a combination of things, not necessarily having to do with the client, because if you have closure on the grammar and you take on a client, you'll be successful. I know this because I've done it. I've been successful. And I know you can say, well, Jason, you're just asking us to take your word for it. Well, no, I'm not asking you to take my word for it, but the way you can certify this for yourself is to learn the grammar for yourself, get closure on it, and have me certify, yeah, you do have closure on the grammar, or you're at least good enough at it to be safe out there. And then you have your own successes, and then you can certify my successes by your own successes. That's the way I do it. Because a lot of these people don't really want to be known or in the public or anything like that. The clients anyways. But what I'm saying about the public cases, like for example, the guy over in Portugal who his child was taken by social services years ago, and he contacted David-WYNN Miller to help him with the case. And David-WYNN Miller wrote the paperwork. And then Mark lowercase k Kishon Christopher entered in as an intermediary on their behalf, but it was a failure. They never got the child back. Never got the child back. Another example, a recent one, that Stephen Temple fellow that I did a video on here that contacted me and didn't show up for the consultation and yada, 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 started threatening me and things like that. He said that David-WYNN Miller wrote his quo warranto complaint, and he ended up being in trouble and being harassed and everything else. His stuff failed. Why? Neither the guy from Portugal had closure on the grammar, nor did Stephen. Leighton Lionel Ward, the clerk of the Federal Postal Court of David-WYNN Miller and Russell J. Gould, is doing 23 years for paper terrorism. How can a federal postal clerk of David-WYNN Miller and Russell J. Gould's federal postal court be doing 23 years in prison unless something is rotten in Denmark? Okay? The evidence is overwhelming. Let me see. Let's see if I can talk about this. I know someone who paid David-WYNN Miller to help them with a mortgage case. But David-WYNN Miller wasn't very much help. They ended up having to create all the documents themselves. They ended up having to learn the grammar themselves and do it themselves with little to no direction from David, little to no help from David. They, on the other hand, were successful. So, I don't know. It's a very interesting scenario, for sure. And it brings me back to my original premise that I don't think a Mason can be successful in using correct sentence structure, communication, PARSE, syntax, grammar. I don't think it's possible. Because they literally have taken a vow to keep secrets, to keep the geometric field unlevel. So I know there's a few viewers that wanted me to do videos on Masonry, but this is not a channel for Masonry. I only mention it in relation to the grammar, because people do have questions about, there's a lot of people out there that think they know what Freemasonry is and the history of it and the inner machinations of it, but I don't think they really do unless they were a Mason. But I don't believe I've ever met a former Mason, have you? Unless they were like a former low-level Mason who, it appears to me that it's pretty easy to become a Master Mason, because the Master Mason is third degree. If you stop paying your dues, I don't know, what do? Kick you out? And then you're no longer a Mason, I guess. But I'm not with the volition of investigating any further into Freemasonry, because it does not behoove me to do so. It's not benefiting anything in my life to do that. I'm more interested in getting I'm interested in getting more viewers, more subscribers, to get this channel bigger, to get TikTok bigger, so that I have a bigger platform to speak from. As it stands, I hear people telling me all the time, we need to bring this grammar technology forth. We need to bring it forth. It's already forth. Okay, if you type in correct sentence structure, communication, PARSE, syntax, grammar into a Google search, my channel will come up in your search results. It is publicly available. It's already been brought forth. Russell J. Gould may have taken his version of quantum gobbledygook and classified it, but trust me when I say that I have a steady influx of disgruntled former members of his little cult contacting me, saying that they realize how messed up that whole thing is over there, how chaotic and abusive it is, really, in his construct. And none of them, as far as I know, have had any success with anything. I do get a steady stream of people, but he gets a steady stream of new people for every person that he kicks out or disqualifies and badmouths. There's probably half a dozen more that join up. So it is what it is, kind of like religion, I guess. Some people realize what a scam it is, what a sham it is, and wake up and smell the coffee. But for every one person that does that, there's a dozen more that get saved, especially in prison or whatever, with its 75% population of nonviolent offenders. It's really a crooked, nasty system. And correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar is one of the best ways I know to become a steward of your contracts and not be a victim of that system. Very quiet chat section today. Interesting. Also, in that comments video that I mentioned that I just published yesterday, there was an RJG troll in there, which I didn't even know. You know, I just screenshot the comment, save it in the file, and then when I'm ready to record the video, I just pull it up on the screen and go through each one like I haven't really read them or, you know, cognized them yet. And I didn't even know that it was a RJG troll until I got like halfway into the first quote-unquote sentence. That was pretty hilarious. It's a perfect example of the knowledge level of those people over there. But that's their choice. You people that are here, I'd like to think that you have made the choice to become autonomous, to not participate with an authoritarian construct, to be your own boss, be your own leader, take accountability for your own construct, create your own document, contract, postal vessel, court venue, such as a live life claim, or a C-Pass-C treaty, or a domicile claim, or a fate writ volition claim, so on and so forth, for yourself and your family. That's what I'd like to think. And for those of you who are listening, who are awaiting consultations or workshops, I will be getting to you. I'm getting caught up. I just got back from vacation, so I ask that you give me, I don't know, I guess max a week or so to get things settled in. Probably sooner than that, but I just want to be safe with it. I don't like to rush into anything, really. And I'll definitely get in contact with you and get you set up. All right. Well, no comments. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you next time.